see. So nice to be here. When my agent presented me with this tour, he said, listen, you want to start the tour in Boston, Chicago, New York? I said, fuck that. You put me right in the middle of Wichita. Although when I came in, kind of looked like I Am Legend down here, not too many people. No, it's nice to be here. Nice people here, like kind of like the Midwest, I guess you would say. Midwest. No, it's the first time I've ever been here, so I'm trying to figure out. It's near the South, right? It's the Midwest. I'm coming from Oklahoma, so I figured maybe some of that bled into here. But before I go on the road, I go out with my wife to dinner. Make it a point to go out to dinner. And my wife has no idea how a restaurant operates. And she grew up with money, so nobody really worked in their family. But my first job was Olive Garden. I worked at the Hyatt Hotel, Hilton Hotels. I know hospitality. I know the front of the house. I know the back of the house. I know how a restaurant works. My wife has no clue. For example, she always flags down the busboy. She's always like, excuse me, yeah! My wife has no idea how to speak to foreigners, right? Oh, look, I said foreigners, the whole crowd, your ass just tightened up. One word, I said foreigner. Hey, yeah, listen, this is 2019, this is Wichita. I grew up with foreigners. My father's a foreigner, my grandfather's a foreigner. They don't have the complete grasp of the English language. So when you would talk to them, you had to kind of fragment your speech so they could understand. My wife, first of all, she don't even know the guy's foreign. I could tell right away he didn't know the language. As soon as he came to the table, I could just see it. They're gonna ask me something. My wife jumps in right away. She's like, I'm sorry, but we forgot to tell our waiter that I would like us. I go, babe, you lost this guy already. What are you stringing sentences together for? You gotta give him one word. It's salt! Napkin! Ice! And he walks away and I go, babe, you know what's gonna happen now, right? She goes, no. I go, now he's gonna walk around the restaurant looking for our server. He's gonna find our server. He'll, table 16, say something to me! My wife just doesn't know. Like when we go to the table, my wife thinks on the way to our table is the best time to have a conversation. As we're going to the table, my wife is like, you know what, I talked to my mother today, and she said, I go, babe, we're losing the guy. We're losing him. He turned the corner, I don't know where the table is now. We sit down, we get the menus. My wife does not know how to use her menu time appropriately. She don't even open a menu. I get a menu, it's open. Right away. My wife, she's still talking. I go, babe, head in the menu. Head in the menu. You ever look at the staff? We always get the way that it looks like he fell out of an airplane and landed right at our table. Can't believe I got the job. They always introduce themselves, right? Hi, my name's Mike. I'm going to be your server tonight. Oh, thank God. Thank God you told me what you were going to be doing. I couldn't have put it together if you didn't say it. Wife's never ready. She always going to send the guy away. She said, I'm sorry, but can you just get our drinks first? I go, babe, this guy's going to quit as soon as he leaves here. Can you just tell him now? Because we're not going to find anybody else for another hour. Guy comes back. Wife still is debating between two items. Right? Just always looking at me. She tells me, you go first. Okay, I'll have a New York strip with vegetables. Back to you! How long did you think I was gonna pay? You go first. She's asking the waiter, I don't understand this movie at all. She's like, would you get the turkey burger? Or the Thai lettuce wrap? I go, you don't even know this guy. Why are you asking him what you should eat? She gets it from her family, all right? Going out with my wife's family to a restaurant is awful, just terrible. My wife comes from a Jewish family. Do we have any Jews here tonight? Not too many. I mean, Wichita is really not a hotbed for the Jewish community. Jews aren't looking at a map going, I think we should go to Wichita. I think that's where we should go. I heard they got a baseball stadium. Well, thank you. I love Lana too, but I'm just trying to do comedy here. She's kind of the object of the comedy. Thank you. Now, I'm very familiar with the Jewish culture. Obviously, I'm married to a Jewish woman. My best friend is Jewish. The Jews are very sweet people, all right? That's what I gotta do. I gotta build them up because now I'm gonna rip them to shreds. Watch yours, my best friend. Okay, now let's get into the problem. This is my experience going out with Jewish people to a restaurant, okay? Primarily my wife's family. Number one, when we go to the table, I never sit down at the table. Because I know this isn't the table we're going to be sitting at. There's always a problem with the table. Now, as we approach, my mother, there's like a lot of whispering as we approach the table. My mother-in-law's like, she always feels a draft. I don't know where the hell this draft is coming from. There's no vents, there's no windows. Number two, the food is going to go back. Always got a problem with the food. As soon as it's dropped, a ham. And whoever's around comes up, right? The waiter comes up, is there a problem? Yes, I need to speak to my server. Okay. He goes in the back to get the server. Now, I've been a server. I know how this all works. I've been the guy in the back, and the waiter comes in and goes to table 16, they have a problem. I'm like, what the fuck? What? What the fuck did I say? For those of you who work in hospitality, what's going on in the back of the house is really so different than what's happening in the front. Right? There's bread flying, and people chucking rolls, punching walls, swearing. But then when you come out on the front, can you lower these monitors, please? I know I told you to put them up, but put them down. No, I said, yeah, it's going to be packed. Put the. I said, the show is going to sell out tonight. We're going to put it up, and there's going to be ruckus, a lot of noise. If you want to look upstairs, nobody's up there, but a few people. So, what a waiter will do if there's a problem at the table, he'll come out and he's got to put that fake smile on. Oh, hi. And they'll put their hand in between their knees and they'll squeeze the hell out of their hand. Now, if they don't do this, they'll flip the table. But they have to act concerned. Is there a problem here? I heard from the other server that there was a problem. I feel like I want to murder your entire family. But they'll send food back. And my family, we never did this. At times, we never send food back. We'll talk about it. How is it? It sucks. What would you expect? We didn't make it. When they go to eat at a restaurant, because we know we can do it better. We're just there because it's somebody's birthday. Times will try and fix it themselves at the table. Give me the pepper and the oil. Let me see what I can do. Some of your rosemary, some parsley. We're not going to send it back and have the chef take out his nuts, drag it all over the food, and send it back up. Thank you very much for doing that. Now, while they're carting the food back to the restaurant, the kitchen, I go to the bathroom. Because I want to be associated with that. I get embarrassed, I'm like, let me just go check out, have them handle it. So I'm in the bathroom. As soon as I got in there, I found out I was the only one in there. I get really excited. I don't know if you get excited if you're the only one in a public restroom. Right? You walk in, you just listen for a little bit, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm the only one in there. I go to the first urinal. There's 3 empty urinals next to me, right? And now a guy walks in. Now right away, I'm bothered. I didn't see the guy. Just the way he walked in set me off. He opened the door too hard and it banged off the wall. I'm like, who the fuck is this asshole? Who walks into a public restroom this way? Everything this guy did was loud. He came to piss right next to me, which I don't get this at all. Listen, if there's empty urinals, take it to the last one. We're gonna piss on my shoes. This guy comes right next to me. Everything's loud. What's going on with your upper respiratory system? That you're entering a public piss this way. Then he starts to piss, and listen, I don't know if anybody else listens to this, but I'm hyper aware of everything around me. It's hard not for me to hear it, see it. He starts to piss, and it's like a heavy piss. It's like maple syrup coming out. And he's pissing on the cake, right? There's a urinal cake. It's normally pink or blue. This guy's on the cake. Now, I don't know how you people piss. And I could kind of see what he's doing. There's just a lot of movement around this guy. Like I don't get this move at all. He put his hand up on the. Did you fall in the last time you took a piss and said to yourself, I gotta brace myself? Then he took out his cell phone. He's texting with one hand. Nothing's holding it. This thing could shoot off on my kneecap at any minute. So now, go back to the tape. Now here's the difference between my wife's family and my family. If I came out of the bathroom and my family was sitting down, I would automatically talk about what happened. In the back, I'd come up to the fucking game. And they'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, he's pissing on the cake. What? He pissed on the cake? Like my family sees the world exactly like I do. There's no one in my family that's like, well, what's wrong with this? Nobody, is that, who's snorting? Is that you? I heard it earlier, I'm like, man, maybe she's, coughing up some dinner or something. I'm like, shit, she last though? No, snort away, I just wanted to find out what that was now so I could expect that shit as the show progresses. So I was saying, my family agrees with me. Now, my wife's family, they don't get it. My family's on edge, constantly. My wife's family are relaxed. Nothing bothers them. I'm bothered constantly. I'm sitting around the table, and I don't really relate to my wife's family because of the way they grew up. And we're seeing it now that we have 2 kids. We had a birthday party for our daughter, right? Now, the way my wife had birthday parties growing up were a lot different than the way I had birthday parties. I grew up in a working middle-class family right here in the Midwest, all right? Nothing fancy. Had 2 cars. We had an 82 Celica. And we had an Olds. Okay? Nothing fancy. We went on 1 vacation a year. And my dad took a wad of cash on the vacation. When that cash ran out, we went home. There was no credit card, nothing. We went to Disney World. In the middle of the dinner, my dad's like, all right, we gotta go home. What? I got no more money. Get the fuck in the car. I said, well, the SeaWorld tomorrow. What SeaWorld? I got no more money. Now, my birthday parties were nothing fancy. They were in the garage. There was no Chuck E. Cheese growing up with the ball and the ski ball. Remember that weird brown wooden ball they gave you? Was there that kid that did it too hard and it would come back? In the garage, I had to set up my own party. I had to go down in the basement, there was a couple tables. You guys got basements in Wichita? Okay, so Oklahoma last night they didn't have one. It's a basement. So I had to check in to see if each city has a basement before I get into the... Our basement was where we kept a lot of shit. It was just a lot of storage. With 2 tables we kept by a furnace. We brought them up maybe once or twice a year. They always had cobwebs on them. And my father, little crickets, move it, cricket fly up. Now my father would be down there with me. When I did anything with my father, it was hostile. Right? We didn't have like a very loving relationship. It's not like today's father where this is my son Caleb. There's none of that shit. This was aggressive upbringing. We'd be like, get the table, bring the table up. This one? In my head, my dad had no patience. Your dad, get that thing! Get that! So I'd bring the table out, now we would have to bring it up the stairs. He'd come, pick it up. Pick it up. He wouldn't tell me how to do anything. You weak! You weak! Dad, I'm 4 years old. I don't know what you want me to do here. I've never lifted an 80-pound table backwards like 13 steps. I'm still trying to tie my shoes. Then I would have to set up the table. I couldn't get the legs out of it. You ever try to get the legs out of the table? My father's just looking at me, disappointed. Just look at me, look at this. You can't do nothing. If you can't figure this out, how are you gonna figure out life? It's my birthday. There was no clown, nobody ever hired anybody to come. We made our own fun. That was my whole life, that's all my parents said. We're gonna make our own fun. Oh, can't wait to that. Filled up water balloons. That was the water balloon fights. My birthday's in the summer, so we got the cheap water balloons. They're really small openings, so you really had to crank the damn thing open. We put it on the hose because my parents didn't want us to go inside so we put it around the hose, and then we would fill it up. So you would just put it on a little bit, and then you would start to see the balloon fill up. Oh, wow! Wow! And you put a little bit more, and also, right? You would break the balloons left and right. We had one balloon for a water balloon fight between 20 kids. We never had the amount of candles on the cake that signified how old I was. There was one candle we had for everybody's birthday. It lived in a drawer with switchblades and duct tape. We would pull it out every time. It would have the cake from the last birthday on the bottom of the candle. So we used the same candle. By the time I was 7, there was a wick. Just a wick left that they laid on the frosting. We never had the amount of chairs that went in. We had no chairs. 20 people were coming, we had 12 chairs. We had to start pulling yard furniture into the garage. Some were on folding chairs, others were laying down on a chaise lounge, one's in a raft. Life, different story, right? You got means, you do things bigger. They rented out a bowling alley for 4 hours, just for them. 20 kids came, everybody had a lane. At the end of the bowling match, my mother-in-law would come out and say, all right, everybody pick up your bowling balls. They're yours. Yes, you get to take them home. My wife had a cake where they had to wheel out. 2 people had to bring out my wife's cake. It was a sculpture of her doing gymnastics. first birthday, my wife was like, I hired an alpaca to come to the party. Now, first of all, I don't even know where you get that. And if you don't know what that is, it's like a llama with a shorter neck. It would be like if a giraffe fucked a sheep. This is what it is. But apparently it's invited to my daughter's birthday. Now, my wife proceeds to tell me that I have to go to the city to get a permit to have an animal in our front yard for an hour. That's another difference in the two families. My family, we don't believe in permits. I remember my father would build stuff at night. He could be out there with a light building a fence. What the hell are you doing? No permit, but then they don't come around at midnight. But my wife goes everything by the book. There's always somebody in the relationship that doesn't want to play by the rules. It's normally the man, right? The man has to be reeled in by the woman. The woman's always like, babe. The guy's always like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So the guy always ends up in jail. So I go down to this permit place. Now, I don't know if you've ever been down to the permit place. A lot of testosterone down there. A lot of do-it-yourselfers. You know that guy? Tries a F-150 flatbed. Always building shit on the weekends, putting up a shed for no reason. Always wearing a duck-billed hat. Always got a measuring tape. Guy's dying to measure something. He'd be in a conversation with his buddy. You see the game last night? Yeah, it was unbelievable. And they just go, hold on, let me measure this out. 90 inches, I thought it was 89, just eyeballing. I eyeballed it, KDN. I ain't that guy at all. I don't got a toolbox. I got none of that shit, right? I can't do nothing. So I'm in line and I'm listening to the guys ahead of me. Why they're there? A guy comes up to the window. He's like, "Gonna build a deck this weekend. We need a permit for a deck." The guy come up. "We're gonna put in a pool, above ground pool in my backyard. A pool permit." Now it's my turn. Hi, I'm here for my alpaca permit. Now I start driving home. Now I start to think, let me call my homeowner's insurance. So I'm thinking, God forbid, if this alpaca has a flashback, it starts running down and 2-year-olds all over the front yard. Are we covered just in case of a lawsuit? Now, I don't even know who's coming to the party, because while I'm on tour, my wife is taking our kids to swim class, gymnastics, toddler group. And I recently had some time off, and my wife's like, "Come to the toddler group." I said, "All right, I'm going to go to the toddler." So I walk in, and I haven't been in a school environment in years. I don't know how it works anymore. Right? I'm there, and the teacher comes out, and she's like, "All right, everybody, we're going to sit in a circle today, okay? All the parents and the kids get in a circle." I said, "Okay, you want us to sit Indian style?" Indian style. It's crisscross applesauce. I wasn't aware the Indians got pissed off and said, hey, listen, knock it off. It's our style. Figure something else out. And I don't know, growing up, my parents never came into school. Now the parents are participating in the class. I remember my parents dropped me off. They didn't even stop the car. They just opened up the door. Get in! Get in! Bro, to the door. Now I'm in school, sitting down. The kid next to me right away, he was one of these that I couldn't take him. He's like all over the place. You know, kids like this, no discipline, nothing. And, you know, the parents, we try everything, put it something we get that parent, we try to, maybe put down the phone, stop playing Angry Birds, and discipline the kid a little bit. Maybe the kid won't. This kid had no idea what he was doing. He was just dirty, too. He had, like, boogers in it. You ever see the kid with got a dried up booger lip? He had a little saloon door coming out of his nose. You ever see that booger? Every time he would bleed, he was on a hinge. Hey, come on in for a beer, guy. And right back up the nose. You don't see that? So the party's going to start at 11. Alpaca's coming at 1. Now, 105, 110, no Alpaca. I said to my wife, give me the number, I can call the guy. Because right away, I hate people who are late. I hate it when I used to pick up my friends, and they let me sit in the car. They come up 15. I hate late people. I've always lived by punctuality is the prince of politeness. That's how I live my life, right? If I'm supposed to meet you for lunch, I show up 10, 15 minutes early. I sit in the parking lot, and I wait for you to go in. And then I'm ready. Right? This guy's keeping me waiting, so I call him, nothing. He finally shows up. Now, I thought this guy was going to pull up in a beautiful hitch, something that you would see out of the Kentucky Derby that carries a thoroughbred. None of that. Scooby-Doo van pulled in with fur hanging out the windows and a patch of side on the dash. Now this guy gets out of the car. I don't know what he was on. I mean, can you imagine what I'm dealing with? I'm dealing with a guy who owns an alpaca and takes it to birthday parties. So he got out of the car and said, hey, sorry, Is everyone on something nowadays? Everybody taking a pill or doing some type of weird... What is this? I'm on nothing, so I can tell right away if you're on something. This guy don't look like I do. I've never done that. I've never started a conversation with, yeah. So I said, listen, man, this is going to be a surprise for the party. I'm going to get 30 people out on the front lawn, and then I want you to bring the alpaca in. Now, everybody on the front lawn will wait for this guy to come through the gate. 5, 10 minutes, nothing. So I said, hold on, guys, let me go out and see what's going on. I went out and go back. What are you doing? He goes, well, you don't want to get up here. And what is he, Frank Sinatra? Get this thing inside the house. Get a cattle prod, get some electricity going through this thing. We need entertainment. understand something. This isn't an easily identifiable animal. We're not talking about a donkey, a horse, or a pony. So when this thing walked in, the entire party was scared shitless. Nobody knew. It just walked in. Spitting at kids. No, I gotta come out. It's okay, we got a permit. Come out of the bushes, everybody. It's gonna be family fun time. Family fun. Now, after 15 minutes, I finally got the party on one side, the owner and the animal on the other. Now, nobody wants to go up to this thing. The owner comes out, he's like, okay, if you want to pet it, it's entirely up to you, but you gotta wash your hands immediately with the special soap I brought. And I go, God, what disease did you just bring in to my front yard that a 2-year-old has to boil himself, God forbid, he touches a hook? So people were leaving. The whole party was leaving. I had to make a decision. I said, get this thing out of here. Just get the thing in the van, get out of here. Right? Now, my father is at the party. My father's always listening to what I'm doing. He's talking to other people. He sees it on me. He's like, now he walks over. Now my father is 74 years old. He's after 70, forget it. No filter. We're hopped up on blood pressure medication. You don't even know who the hell you're dealing with. He comes up. He's like, you're not going to pay for this shit, are you? You ever have to shush your parents? You ever have to shut up. Go inside. Go eat something. And he doesn't even have the sayings right anymore. He's like, no, your balls are in your mother's purse. No, they're in my wife's purse. Yeah, one's in your wife's, one's in your mother. Get them back together and snap them back out. I see him taking after my father. My father is paranoid, right? He's always thinking the worst, so am I. Like, I'm the worry wart in our relationship. My wife, she don't, nothing bother her. She just, Like, my biggest fear right now is getting robbed at the house. Growing up, we got robbed 3 times at our house. That's in my head. Now that I got kids, I got a fear of getting robbed. I live in Los Angeles, and we got a lot of zombies. In Los Angeles, I don't know if you have that here in Utah, but we got a zombie problem. Now, I don't have a gun or anything like that. All right, I said I was in Oklahoma, and I said that, and I got booed. Not that I don't want a gun, it's I feel if I get a gun, I'm the type of guy that has that luck. Where if I pull my gun out, it's gonna go off, you know? There's gonna be no bullets in it, somebody's gonna take it from me, oh yeah, oh fuck, why did I get that? There's certain guys who know how to operate that type of thing, right? Like you, right? Like you got it on this right here. You fucking guys got it on this. See, can we get this camera on this guy? Light it up. I want the crowd to see what I'm looking at up here. This is a fun one. Shit breaks out tonight. You look right down here and see a row 1. He's got something hooked to his calf. But this guy, I think Cal knows how to use it. Probably hunts game. You hunt your own food, right? This guy's out in the wilderness looking for white-tailed deer. This guy's a different breed, right? This guy, no gun, right? No gun. I can tell. This guy's got his blue shirt on, his brown shoes. How you doing? Hey. No gun. Very nice. How you doing? I just had a sales meeting last week. We did really well, and I think I'm only up in the company. Okay? Now, 2 different guys. So what I got, instead of a gun, you're probably gonna laugh, but I got a motion light. Got a motion light and driveway. Now it's attached to a camera. It's called the Ring. I'm sure you've seen it. It normally goes on a doorbell, so if you're here tonight and your doorbell rings, you can look at your phone and see who's at your house. I didn't get that one. I got the motion detector with the camera, so if anybody's in the driveway, I get a notification. Now, this thing goes off, a butterfly could fly by. Who the hell is that? I'm rewinding the tape off. Now, I didn't like the light that came with it. It's too weak. So I replaced it with about 90,000 lumens. So this thing goes off, it looks like the Restroom Hotel in Las Vegas. Right? It could burn your retina right out of your head. Two weeks ago at 3:30 in the morning, and by the way, I don't sleep. I'm that guy. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. I'll go to bed around 10:30, and I'll wake up, and I'm like, all right, let's get the day going. I'll look, it's 11:01. That's the type of sleeping that I'm doing. It's intermittent sleeping. Every 9, 10 minutes I get up. So I look, I got a zombie in my driveway. My wife, she sleeps like a bear. Nothing wakes her up. But a year ago, our alarm went off, and I'm like, wait, it's a big alarm. She's the type that gets out of, and she's got like the creases of the sheets ingrained in her cheek. That's how heavy the head was into the, right? She got to peel the pillow off her cheek, right? Well, come on, enough. Go back to bed. If you see my body out on the living room floor, just call the ambulance and tell them to pick me up. So I don't even bother with my wife. I'm looking at this guy in the driveway. Now, this guy's just kind of, looking around. Now he looks at the light. He's looking right at it. He's like getting energy from the light. I get out of bed, man, I'm in my underwear. By the way, ladies, if you're dating a guy who wears pajamas, get the fuck out of the relationship. Guy come home and take off his pants and then put another pair on. To get him back. I'm sorry. bottom of my drawer, I got a crowbar. Right? So here I am walking down the stairs with my crowbar and my underwear, tracking a guy. Now the guy starts getting closer to the house. Now, you could talk into your phone and it comes out the mechanism. So I'm like, get the fuck off my driveway. That's why I gotta get like a firearm. I'm like, I'm not ready for that. Like, there's certain guys in here, if they're getting broken into, they get like excited. Like, oh, yeah, let's do it! Oh, yeah! Right here, babe, we got someone that just came home. Huh? What's your name, man? Tom? Don. So I'm just curious on the gun on the. You don't have it tonight? Oh, but do you normally have one? Well, let's say you normally wear it. If you have it on tonight, if not, I'm not going to tell on you. But in the course of getting ready, when you're getting ready, you do your hair, put your shirt on. Now I'm wondering, where does the gun strap on right out of the shower? Is that the first thing? You're just walking around naked with a gun hanging off your shin? Or does that go on last? Just tell me where you wear it in the shower. All right. Just in case you get some pad. Starts with my childhood. My father didn't have a gun. He used to unscrew his bedpost. That was his weapon. Yeah. I don't know, my childhood, now that I look back, I was never like the popular kid in school. I was never the jock. I was never in the music or academics. I'm not proud of that. It's just, a couple guys I know in school, that's all we do, we pick up girls in between class in high school. Go right up to a girl in between class, right? Remember, it was about 1989. Go right up to a girl. Back then, whispering was hot. You just lean into a girl, like right by the nape of the neck. As she was getting her books out, you just go, it's gone. Girls used to flirt back. They'd be like, what do you want? What do you want? You tell her, get your phone number. I'm going to take you out Saturday night. You write down her phone number. Remember writing? I used to call them at night, maybe on a Wednesday, 8 p.m. Right after dinner, I'd go upstairs to my room. This is when you had a landline. You would make an announcement. She was going to make a phone call. I'd set the mood in my room, dim the lights, put out a little voice to the men. I used to love talking on the phone. My phone was unbelievable back in '89. Girls would be like, oh my God, you're so funny. I'm like, yeah, I know. Go pick her up on a Saturday night. And this is when you used to wash your car before the date, right? You used to pick her up at at her house so you could see her family, see how these people live, right? There's a lot of first dates I ended in my head just looking at the family. You walk into a house, you're 16, you're 17, it's got a weird stench to it. Some weird brother come out of nowhere with no shirt on, drinking a Schlitz.
You taking out my sister tonight?
Just tonight, guy, you fucked it up. Just stay with me. Just gonna go take her out for a slice of pizza and bring her back. I don't think I want to spend my holidays looking at your pink tits, so if you want to put a shirt on shot you, everybody will feel more safe. I remember washing the car. Armor All, that's all I had was Armor All. Everything was wet. Leather seats sprayed with Armor All. Go pick her up, she'd get in the car, take a quick turn. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, it must have been all the Armor All on the seats. So exciting, dropping a girl off at the end of the night, about 11 o'clock. Pull into the driveway, but we would cut the headlights so they didn't spray up on the house. And I had respect for her. Remember respect? Now, back in '89, you couldn't even act like you liked the girl. There was a little cat and mouse that went on. You had to act disinterested in order for the girl to be interested. So the girl was like, I had a good time with you tonight, you know? And he's like, yeah, it's all right. He's like, let me walk you up. Walk her up to a porch, and she would take a couple steps up, but you wouldn't go up with her, you would stay down. So she's got the advantage. You give her the advantage of being higher than you. Right? Just go up. Now let me talk up to you. Now, it was humid. I remember a lot of these nights. There's like a lot of bugs around the light. A hot summer night, a lot of mosquitoes, right? She would go, do you want to come in for a bit? And she'd take a step back, you know, like, it's getting late, you know? I had these moves where I thought they were sexy, they were so dumb. I used to act like I had something in my eye. I thought that was cool, and be like, nah, I can't. And I would start to walk to my car. Then out of nowhere, I would just stop. I don't know, something just came over me. I'm gonna break my own rule. I'm gonna come in for 5 minutes. Now you get in the house, you're excited. Shit, you're 16, 17. She's like, shh, my parents. They're sleeping upstairs. My brother's in his room sacrificing something. Let's go downstairs in the basement. Yeah, let's go in the basement. Now, remember going into a creepy basement? I can still remember the smells of Clorox, Tide, Salt Pump. She'd flick on the lights. It's one of these basements, it's half finished, right? Midway through the project, they said to hell with it. There's one wall with paneling, there's a bean bag, there's a pool table, no sticks, no bowls, just her mother's panties drying over each roll. There's 6 pairs of panties. Now, back then, I don't know if you remember, in 1989, a mother did not wear hot panties. There was no thong or boy short back then. It just looked like a lunch bag. Just beige, down to the kneecaps, loose. Had a little green bow right here for no apparent reason, right? Come and get my butt, bitch. Just green bow. Going for a makeout. God, I used to love a makeout on a summer night, right? Just go in, didn't know what you were doing, his mouth open. We didn't know anything back then. There was no internet. You couldn't like look up. How do you know? Back then, you were relying on your buddies to tell you what to do. You'd ask your friends, what do you do? Pinch your tits. Told me to take your nipple and stretch it out 3 inches and then snap it back and then hopefully you would jump on my ball. But hey, you know what? We can totally not, you don't have to do that. I'll just stay collarbone high. It's different. It's different the way we meet people. I'm looking for like, light it up, I gotta see who I could look for here. So here, there's a young couple, what, 29? Around there? No? Take it easy, I'm over here, right? Oh, Jesus, again? Okay, no, are you guys couples back here? Oh, there's, why are you in the middle? That's strange. Like when you sat down, did you go, bam? I've never been to anywhere, and my wife be somewhere. Are you guys dating too? Oh, okay, so it's the girls and then the guys. It's like high school, man. I don't know. Alright, so how did you guys meet? I didn't want to jump off you. I just felt like this couple might have they're somewhere. I'm going somewhere with this. Did you meet? Okay. So you went to college, and then how did you meet your wife? Your friend's basement. Nice. Maybe met online. Did you guys meet online? Okay, nobody's doing that. You guys get online on here? No, I was looking for an Apple store. I typed in. I got here. I had to go get some headphones. I typed in Apple store, and that's in Tulsa. Do you guys have one around? Maybe in the suburbs? Is there a suburb here? I don't know where the hell I'm at. We came into town and I just noticed that a lot of shit was closed. And I was wondering where the people are going to come from today. That's what I was thinking on the way in. Okay, so we have this group here. All right, I want to go to right here. Yeah, put your hands down. I would have looked for you, but I found that person. I'm looking for more of an elderly group, someone like this beautiful couple behind you, right? Now, how long have you been together? 51 years. Where did you meet? I know. Thank you. I'm going to do the jokes. Listen, just answer the question. It's very sweet. So where did you meet? Wichita. At a party. Okay, very conventional way to meet someone. We can lower the lights now. So, generally, people today, it's an oddity that they met like in a school, a basement, a lot of people are online dating, right? Right? See, I have one person here. There's no real effort anymore into like meeting someone. You could be on the toilet at home just scrolling through shit and just pressing the ones you like. And that's flirting, I guess. I don't know. Like you go out to a bar tonight, you meet somebody, the guy, he texts you right away. You used to wait. Girl gave you a number, you held back. You did like a 3-day thing. I'm gonna let it marinate a little bit. Right now, the guy can't even, he can't help himself. He gets the number, girls go into the parking lot, so what's up, what are we doing? She doesn't answer, next thing you know, the dick ends up in her inbox. This is how people are flirting. They'll send a nut, a nipple, an ass cheek. This is what I got, let me know. Either way, if you like it, and then, if not, I can just move on to the next. Now, what's your name, sir? What is it? Charles. Now, could you imagine Charles going out with his soon-to-be wife on their first date, and he's getting ready. He's naked in his bathroom with a Polaroid sizing his shit up. Right? Now, midway through the meal, he slips the photo across the table. She's like, what's this? It's my dick. What? Hang it on the refrigerator when you go home. What? The goal is to find someone 51 years, stay with them, ups and downs. That's what marriage is about. You work it out, right? You just don't throw the towel in and get the hell out. You work it out, right? You want to be able to come to a show like this and sit separately. This is my brother, okay? I mean, now that I got kids, I do like a lot of reflecting back when I grew up. I didn't, my parents really didn't, I'm not saying they didn't teach me anything. It's just, there's a lot, you ever meet somebody they just know a lot? They've done a lot. You ever been at a party and he's talking to another person and right away you can tell they're smarter than you. You ever get into one of those conversations? They start using words, they're like, wow, this is way out of my league. My parents, when you come from like an immigrant background, I'm not saying all immigrants do this, all right, just the ones I know did it. They would sign up their kids for like stuff, but they would never take them. Like I was always absent. Like my family signed me up for like swimming. But I didn't go, like I didn't know. Like, they didn't know the language that well, so like the notices would come home, and then like they never knew they had to pay for a field trip. I would come to school, and the whole school was in Washington, D.C. The teacher would come out and say, you know, the class is. But where is everybody? Washington, D.C. We sent many notices home. And you never responded. So, you, Javier, and Athenos are going to be lucky writing a paper about why immigrant families never contact the family. So, like, I don't know how to swim right. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. My swimming technique is survival based. I hold my breath underneath water and I go until I have no more breath. And I pop up and I act like I'm getting eaten by a shark. That's my technique. But I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm 46 years old. I don't know. Like, you ever see people that cut through the water? And come up with that head for air. I don't know what they're doing. If they're blowing it out, they're taking it in. Something's happening when the head pops out of the water. So I found this woman at UCLA that teaches. Right? Someone gave me her email, and I put in the subject heading, grown man, looking to swim. So I said, I'm 46 years old. I don't know if, you have a class with grown men who don't know how to swim. Thought I might ask. He's like, I teach 6-year-olds up to 17. If you want to come down, I'll give you a private lesson. So I go down to UCLA. I've never been to the campus before. I get on the campus and my GPS starts to scramble. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where your GPS doesn't recognize the streets and the dot starts flying over buildings. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on campus, I'm rolling down my windows, I'm asking 18-year-old Asian women, you know where the school is? It's strange, I feel like Ted Bundy. So I find the pool, go up to the lifeguard, I said, yeah, I got a lesson here. She's over there. So I go, and the woman is fully dressed. She's in jeans, sneakers, and a blouse. I go, we got a 3:30 swim day, no? She goes, yeah. I go, should you be in the water and jumping around, getting ready? She's like, no, I haven't been in the water in 5 years. I teach you in cement. She was going to be in the water with me, holding my chest. You can make it! You can get to the wall! What happened to that? She was like, go in the locker room and get your jammers on and come on out. Now, I don't know what jammers are, but I acted like I had them. So I got like a normal bathing suit. Right to the thigh, loose, drawstring. And I come out, she goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where's your jammers? I don't know. What are you talking about? I just want to swim. She said, you're going to get a lot of drag on those. I go, listen, lady, I'm not looking to qualify for Japan. Just looking not to embarrass myself when I take my kids on vacation. I just need to go wall to wall. Now she's telling me, it's weird, She gave me flippers. So I'm wearing flippers, goggles, So get in there and get your hair wet, whatnot. Now, I don't like being in these situations where I don't know what I'm doing. First of all, you get my hair wet, forget it. I look like shit. And I got goggles on, and I got flippers. Now, there's a group of 7-year-olds in the pool doing backstroke, side, and they're looking at me, putting on my flippers. And they're laughing, I can tell. Probably got immigrant parents. And right away, before we went start, she goes, you know, you're not going to pick this up in 2 or 3 weeks, right? I go, no. Yeah, I thought, you know, she goes, it's going to take about a year and a half for you to learn how to swim. I go, and right away, the Italian kicked in. I go, you insult me for the lessons? You think I'm dumb? Right? I'll take one lesson. How about that? Like, I'm ready not to learn to swim because I think she's scamming me for a year and a half with the lessons, right? I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I'm taking one now. What do you think of that? And I'll drown in the ocean. Thank God I had comedy tonight, because before, when I'm up here, I'm thinking of anything else but this. I had a cousin who lives about 20 miles from here contact me, want to come to the show, right? Now, I've been talking to this guy 20 years. Our family, we don't get along at all. 5 years ago, he wrote my mother an email ripping my family to shreds. Now, he finds out I'm playing Wichita. And he wants to come. Now, we share a grandfather. Right? My grandfather died of Alzheimer's disease, which for me was awful because it was my buddy, my hero. He taught me everything I know. My grandfather, yeah. Especially that. And really on the grandfather bit? Just like talking about my grandfather. This is bullshit out there. My grandfather, he taught me how to drive, and he didn't take me to no empty parking lot. He took me right on the freeway. Merge! I'm skipping over grass to get into the left lane. He was the product of the Depression, so he didn't want to spend money. He was very cheap. He told me, do not put on the left-hand signal or the right-hand signal. I go, why not? He's like, I don't want to burn out the bulb and have to replace it. Taught me how to play soccer. We baked bread on Sunday. We made sandwiches on Monday. We had all these memories we shared. And at the end of this man's life, he's laying in his hospital bed. And he's dying. And I'm trying to connect with my buddy one more time. I'm like, come on, Grandpa, you remember you used to take me driving? You remember we used to make salami sandwiches on Monday night? Nothing. Right? He's not even there anymore. He's lost everything. He doesn't know my name. My mother's crying behind me. He doesn't even know his own daughter's name. He doesn't even know what city he's living in. But when this cousin came to visit him, my grandfather turned to me and said, look, the asshole's here. Do you know how much of an asshole you have to be to penetrate Alzheimer's disease? You guys have been great. God bless Wichita. Have a safe night. Keep